Hi everyone, I'm back as promised with another video. And as I promised last time, today's video, I'm going to talk about science behind EFT and what actually physiologically happens when we do tapping, so that all your doubts are clear and you can go ahead without any doubt as far as tapping is concerned. Okay, so before we try to understand that, we'll have to understand the triune brain theory. Okay, so it is nothing but our brain has evolved over thousands and millions of years of time. Okay, so the oldest living organisms were reptiles. Okay, so the first part of our brain, the oldest brain, is called reptile brain or lizard brain, and its primary function is fight or flight. So it is responsible for survival of that being, and to do that it has enormous powers. Okay, all your reflex actions or your fight or flight responses do come from this reptile brain. Then over a period of time, again after millions of years of evolutions, our midbrain was developed. It is also called limbic system. It deals with all emotions, memories, habits, so on and so forth. And the youngest part of the brain, which is called neocortex, which is only, I would say, hundred thousands of years young. uh, it deals with language, abstract thoughts, visualization, imagination, and consciousness. It helps us in reasoning and rationalizing things. Okay, so once we now understand this, let's try to see how it is related to the tapping process. Okay, so if you actually see this reptile brain, as I told you in the last slide, was developed a few billion years ago, and these were some of the first creatures on this planet. And what its main function? It is nothing but survival. So if there is a danger for that being, this brain has the power to actually look for these risks, these dangers, uh, any risk which poses anything which poses risk to life. It tries to look at that danger and take the action accordingly. It also deals with very basic functions as breathing and cardiac functions. Obviously, it is actually created to avoid danger and pain. So all our fight and flight response is dealt with this brain. And obviously it is dealing with the reproduction within the beings. Okay, so this is the oldest part of brain. Okay, now next comes the mammal brain. So in the evolution of life on this planet, the next set of animals, the creatures that came into existence on this planet are mammals. And uh, slowly over a period of, again, thousands and millions of years, this midbrain was developed. And what are its main functions? Emotions. uh, Now the brain was developed enough to take care of the emotions. It stores the memory, and it also helps us recollection in that memory. And all our habits are due to this midbrain. Whatever we do, whatever we sense through our senses gets stored in this part of the brain. And as and when we require that thing, the brain helps us to recollect the things. Now all our tapping is related to this midbrain, and let me explain how. Now part of this small part of this midbrain is called amygdala, and it is part of the limbic system, which is another name for midbrain. And this small part, is actually responsible for all our emotions. It is responsible for processing and consolidating and reproducing the memory. And very important, it is responsible for hormonal secretions. And that's where our tapping comes into picture. Now, let me explain. Now, billions of years ago, all these creatures were only made to survive. Okay, their only function was uh, eat for their survival, and then protect yourself from any other risks to their life. Okay, similarly, thousands of years ago, when human being was uh, came into existence, he also lived in jungles, right? So he was continuously surrounded by these wild animals, and then the the this part of the brain was given a function that whenever there is a risk to human beings life, it should produce certain chemicals in the body which will help the human being to either fight with that risk or have enough energy and power in the body to flight from the location. Okay, so to fight with that wild animal, or to run away as fast as possible from that wild animal. So this part of the brain secretes those chemicals, those hormones. Now, as over a period of time, we know them in terms of cortisol and adrenaline. Okay, so imagine at that point in time, this response was very, very essential. Even today, it is essential, but today we don't live in jungles, right? We live in much better and safe environment than probably thousands of years ago where human being was living. Okay, so but today's stress responses are different. I mean, for example, as simple as remembering a password gives us a stress. Going in traffic from one place to another gives us a stress. But this amygdala doesn't understand the type of stress, and it keeps on secreting these hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, which is actually a defense mechanism, if you recollect what I told you about what its function. But due to these stresses that we have today in our lives, it keeps on secreting the hormones, and which is very, very harmful to our body. It impacts our feeling, it impacts our emotion. So if your body is full of doses of cortisol, you are obviously stressed out. You are not feeling positive emotions. You are in the midst of all negative energy. Okay, so that's why we need to take care of it. Okay, you cannot avoid these stresses. As I've told you in one of my previous videos, right from 2-year toddler to 80-year-old grandfather or grandmother, everybody is under stress. So you cannot control the external environment, but you definitely can control these brain functions through some of the therapies that we have seen, and then we'll see in future. Okay, so primarily tapping is related to this amygdala function. When we tap on these meridian points, it sends a message to amygdala that as a human being we are safe, and it doesn't need to secrete those hormones which are not good for a human body, emotionally, physically, psychologically, every way. Okay, now, having understood this relation with tapping and this amygdala, now let's see how, or okay, now the third part of the brain, which is the youngest part of the brain, is called neocortex, and this part is responsible for comprehending the language, understanding the language, writing, reading, listening, abstract thoughts, imagination, visualization. So all our progress as a human being and all our uniqueness as a being comes from this neocortex, which is our youngest part of the brain. Okay, so this brain is responsible to understand the language and much more advanced things in our life. Okay, so now if somebody is in stress, and if you try to pacify that person with verbs, with language, probably it will have an impact, but that impact which will be very limited. Actually, if you remember, the memory part, the emotions part is actually with the midbrain, and midbrain doesn't understand the language. Very important point. But it understands the touch. Now I can give you an example. If you have a pet, if you have a dog, for example, it is a complete myth that it understands any language, but it definitely understands your touch. So if you want to pacify your dog or a cat, if you gently stroke them on their head, on their back, they understand, they get a message that they are safe, and their anxiety reduces. And all of you who are having pets, if you are dealing with these animals, you will notice this. They don't understand language, but they understand touch. The same midbrain is functioning within us as well. So if somebody is in stress, you need to actually deal with the midbrain, and which exactly what we do in tapping. Let's move on. Now let's look at where are these energy meridians. As we have seen, these energy meridians are spread throughout our body. You can see it in the left side picture, and then every uh, every meridian pathway is dealing with one or the other functions of our body. Okay, so as I said, there is a generic tapping process that we have seen, but for specific issues within our body, there are specific uh, acupressure points that you need to deal with. Okay, now on the right hand side, this is what we have seen in my last video, where all these 9 generic tapping points are shown. So this generic tapping algorithm or recipe works on everything. But if you want to get rid of some deep rooted issues, some very serious psychological, mental and physical issues, you need to have some specific tapping methods. Obviously, over a period of time, I'm going to talk about it and create videos around it. But this is for your information that these meridian pathways are spread all over our body, and this is how, when we do gentle tapping through our touch, we give that message to amygdala that you are safe and you don't need to secrete any stress hormones, and that is what changes our mood. That is what brings changes physiologically, so on and so forth. Now, having looked at the science behind EFT and what actually happens, now there is a lot of research going on. Some research papers have already been published, and slowly but steadily, EFT is getting recognized in globally now. In fact, in some of the countries, it is recognized as a therapy in itself. American Medical Association, American Psychological Association has recognized it as a therapy to accelerate healing for PTSD, for post-operative pain management, so on and so forth. Now, scientifically, it is proven that all these areas that are shown on the left side of the slide, EFT does have an impact, and you can actually do a search on Google, and you will find these papers with statistical evidence as to how it is effective in PTSD, so post-traumatic disorder. It is nothing but all these war veterans that do come back from the war situations where they have stayed for years. They still go through that trauma every now and then. Their mind is just not ready to come out of that trauma, and they feel and their entire routine gets disturbed because of this PTSD issue. Depression, anxiety, stress reduction, it is all in Australia, there have been some studies done where EFT was used for food cravings, weight loss, and it has given fantastic results. It works on removing, eliminating phobias. It works on chronic pain. It works on allergies. So you can actually go and search around all these areas as to how effective EFT has been to take care of these areas. Now, research is also being done. It is called more in terms of clinical research, that what kind of physiological changes it brings in. I mean, just because somebody says that it reduces cortisol, don't believe it. But there are research papers, there are clinical trials done to prove this fact, that after a few rounds of tapping, the cortisol percentage reduces by 20 to 30%. Blood pressure is proven to reduce. Heart rate variability was made in a very, very steady heart rate. So all these evidences are there for you to refer to. So if you have any doubt whether this EFT is it a science-based therapy, or is it something else? Is it some kind of a miracle? Is it some kind of a fluke? It is not. A lot of extensive research backed up by statistical evidences is being done, has been done, and will be done in future. So don't don't doubt the uh, the effectiveness of EFT as it is proven by these research papers, and don't doubt what changes it brings in physiologically, because that is also backed up by research. So I would encourage you to go ahead, do a lot of research if you want to, but start doing the tapping. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, like, and share my videos. This is Vinayak Gadgir taking your leave for today. Live happy, live strong. See you later.